Hey guys, welcome back to another Hearts of Iron 4 Let's Play with David, your host, who's still playing in the Philippines. Welcome back, guys. Without further ado, remember to get that like, subscribe, helps continue to produce content, improving quality content over time. I'm glad you guys tuned back in here. We are still slowly but surely working on building up the forces to protect the homeland defense, I should say, against the Japanese incursion. It will happen eventually. Of course, the Japanese have finally declared war on China, so it's not too far in the horizon. Spain is still at war with itself. Of course, Ethiopia has already fallen. So those are really the only new events in the world outside of just the neutrality and the regular stuff, obviously. And the Turkey thing is in the remilitarization of the Rhineland, and the remilitarization of this area right here has also happened. But outside of that, not a whole lot else has happened. So we're going to go ahead and hop on back in here. Now we are still building up my forces, the defense forces. Alright. And we do have some trained fighters that will supposedly be participating in the war. And we do have 4 small fighters that are kind of in a way backup, for if we lose a fighter or two. But for now, we're just building right now, slowly but surely. The goal is to eventually build up the defenses and eventually. Oh, there we go. The Xing Kang joins the Chinese United Front. That's going to be more. I believe the Xing Kang is. Yeah, there they are. So currently on the faction map, everyone has currently joined the Chinese except for Yunnan. They're the only ones left that haven't joined the Chinese United Front, which is in a way fine by them. It's kind of curious how it's all going to play out, though. Looks like the Chinese have started losing a little bit of ground here, right there. That's kind of interesting, but it's really just started, so. Anyways, back to homeland. Woo! Now we still have our U.S. forces here, which I'm kind of happy to still see. The U.S. Navy still here, which I'm actually interested in seeing that. Woo! Looks like we got a little something here. Ooh, that's actually not a bad idea. Bad weather penalty. Alright. His name was Pelagio Cruz. Woo! Alright, Mr. Manuel. Oh, you won. Finally joined the war. Alright. Let's see how that all goes. And those planes can sit there in reserves, because I'm not putting them out yet. Okay. Yeah, he's almost there. Finally got all the support equipment. That's good. That's good to know. Just waiting on that infantry equipment. Slowly but surely building. I wonder why I've lost factories. It's probably due to consumers, I bet. Yep, consumer goods has gotten really bad. Oh, finally got some infrastructure going on. Go ahead and build an extra research slot. That'll help us out here a little bit. Alright. Woo! Alright, got a new unit. And this guy's gonna be still part of the unit, but he is gonna go over. I'm gonna send him to Mindanao here. Let's see where all I got the ports here in Mindanao. Ah, good. Only got 1 port in Mindanao, from what I'm seeing. We'll send him over there. Alright. got over here. That's interesting. Definitely got to start defending all my ports the best I can. Got some radar capabilities now, guys. Awesome. Alright. Go ahead and get some research going on there. We'll eventually start building up some radar towers, but right now the main goal is just building up the defense forces. And then try to build up our air force. Yeah, definitely gonna need to try to get a guy there and a guy over there, Palawan and Cebu. Some people over there. I think they're the only two. Thinking those are really the only two left of ports. In all honesty, those are really the only two ports left. I really gotta focus on. Alright, it's not bad at all. Go ahead and add into the unit. Alright. Italy announced claim on Yugoslavian territory, speaking to the Italian populations along the Dalmatian coast. Benito Mussolini has announced that Italy fully considers Italian-speaking territory in Yugoslavia to be a rightful part of Italy. An official statement backed up by the claims, making it clear that Italy is prepared to take the territory by force if need be. They are upsetting the already fragile balance in the region. Alright, we got our extra research slot. Let's go ahead here and look at what we're going to be looking at here. It's not a bad little idea, but for now, we're going to probably focus on. Ooh, it adds an extra 2 to the Manila air base. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Or actually, what we'll do is we'll probably do army efforts, I'm guessing. I don't know, we'll probably do aviation, I guess. Probably focus on aviation. And the extra research slot will definitely be used for industrial concerns of sorts for a while. As we definitely need to get our industrial up and running. Yep. Looks like we got a guy already deployed, ready to rock and roll. And he will be deployed to Palawan. I believe they are there, but I could be wrong. Alright, yeah, Yeah, that's gonna be right. And that's gonna be right because that's the middle one there. So yeah, that's gonna be where that's at. Problem is I don't know which one is Cebu on. So I might have to send I might have to send 2 guys to Cebu there. Oh man, it's gonna be funny. Okay, so I did put them on over there. Right. Okay, cool. He'll go on over there. Alright. So we're down a convoy for some reason. For trade and supply. I don't remember me trading with anybody. Cancel for a second. I want to see something real quick. Okay, yeah, I should probably go and do that. That should help us out a little bit. Is what I'm thinking, right? Yeah, it helps us out a little bit. Woo! National Spain has finally annexed the anarchists. The anarchists have finally kicked the bucket. Alright. How's that? The Indian National Congress triumphs in provincial elections. In the recent local elections, the Indian National Congress has achieved an overwhelming majority for their platform of slow and overdue transition to local government and dominion status in the future. It appears the Indians have rejected the more radical policies advocated by Gandhi, who had argued for a total break with Britain and absolute home rule as soon as possible. Do votes really change anything? The Anschluss of Austria. After a successful coup d'etat by the local Nazi party in Vienna, German troops have crossed the Austrian border and have taken control of the country. No fighting has been reported, and the German soldiers were greeted by cheering crowds in the cities. In a speech before a massive crowd at the Heldenplatz in Vienna, Hitler announced that the Anschluss of Austria, annexing the country into Germany, the oldest eastern province of the German people, shall be from this point on the newest bastion of the German Reich, if that is what they wish. Alright, we have our first aviation stuff. We are going to be a fighter-focused military, obviously, because we want to make sure we take down any bombers that come into our territory. Right now, we are mainly focused on defense, so we're not really worried about any actual offense right now. Because right now, we're the Philippines, we're always going to be for a little while the Americans' colony of sorts, with their own autonomy, of course. Alright. So without further ado, we'll get back on in this. Woo! Alright. biggest problem is being able to produce guns. I think that's my biggest problem. Alright, we got another research, but I'm gonna go ahead and add another new air wing. We're gonna go ahead and move on another 12 air units on over there. Should take up 240 men. Alright, guys. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the. Now then, come on up there and train in there, and then we're gonna go ahead and go to research. Looks like we'll have that done pretty soon. Construction 3. Alright. And that was finally done. Now, as for construction 4, I'm not really certain we should really need it. So probably going to need to start actually looking at trying to actually get my units up and running here. Should probably look at probably look at trying to build some close air support up here. I should look at building more fighters. It's a good question. Guess we'll go ahead and look at building up our fighters there. Try and upgrade our fighters a little bit there. Not by a whole lot though. We'll eventually need some close air support and some better weapons, obviously, eventually. See how the war in China is going? Oh wow, okay, so the Chinese have not actually been really dealt any heavy blows yet. Thank God, but the Chinese are starting to lose the war. It's kind of, woo, shit. Nationalist Spain has actually finally won the national victory in the Spanish Civil War. After a long growing civil war, the national Spain under Francisco Franco have finally defeated their Republican enemies and secured full control over Spain. Though isolated pockets of Republican troops continue to wage guerrilla war that may well hamper the exertion of local nationalist control in previous Republican areas, it is unlikely further coordinated resistance of any significance will materialize. As the nation focuses on rebuilding its war-torn cities and industry, it remains to be seen what effects the nationalist ideological amalgamation will have on their foreign policy, and whether the generous foreign military aid they receive will be repaid. An interesting development. And we're going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for watching, guys. Remember to get that like, subscribe, helps continue to produce content. Kind of hitting that 20-minute mark. I kind of want to keep it between 15 and 20 minutes at the most. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. But we are going to continue on here and go into another video for our glorious Philippine nation here. Alright, remember to get that like, subscribe. Alright, see you guys next video. Peace!